I get to do all the fun things. So I want to introduce you to my friend Claudia Newman, and she used to go to this church, and she's been a long-time resident of the Pass area, I guess mostly, well, Banning and Cherry Valley, and I just know that you're going to enjoy her presentation. Claudia? Thank you.
I would like to tell you that it's President Lincoln's wife who has started this fad of wearing these little flowers at your waist. I'm nobody. Who are you? Are you nobody too? Then there's a pair of us. Don't tell. They banish us, you know. How dreadful to be somebody. How public, like a frog. To tell your name the livelong day to an admiring fog. Well, no one could have ever said that anyone in the Dickinson family was a nobody. Emily was born in 1830. Her father, a lawyer, was also the treasurer of Amherst College, a college that her grandfather had founded. He was on the state court of Massachusetts, and he was a representative to the United States Congress. She had a brother, older brother named Austin, and a younger sister named Lavinia. They were raised when children were seen and not heard, and came when called. At the age of 14, she wrote, "I am growing more handsome every day. By the time I'm 17, I will be the belle of Amherst." But another belle of Amherst was her beautiful younger sister, Lavinia. And we can get so much from the diaries that young men wrote at the time, and young women too. And one young man wrote, "Playing spoony," whatever that is, "with Lavinia, with her arms around my neck and me kissing her. Oh, it's like heaven." Anyway, Emily and Lavinia were in and out of love many, many times, and there were so many events for the young people during these times. There was an older brother named Austin, and at the time they were in high school, Austin was a college boy. He loved to ride through town in an open carriage. He had red, long hair, and it would fly out. He took to wearing a planter's hat. And he had girlfriends, and they loved to ride with him. His hobbies were fast horses and collecting oil paintings. A young man named Joseph Lyman wrote about Emily, "She's a spirit clad in white, a face most translucent alabaster, a mouth made for nothing but uttering choice speech, rare thoughts, glittering, starry, misty figures, winged words, not daily bread, but stardust." At one time, Emily was invited to go out with a young man on a carriage ride, but her mother needed her for something. And so she wrote in her diary, "The path of duty looks very ugly indeed. It's so much easier to do wrong than right. So much pleasanter to be evil than good. I don't wonder that good angels weep." Now, the evil she was talking about happened to be reading current novels. If it hadn't been written 100 years ago, it was worthless in the Dickinson home. And the brother, Austin, made sure that his younger sisters got to read every romance and every pulp fiction that was written. He would sneak them into the house and put them upstairs next to his sisters' doors. Emily then, after years of being entertained, put on a white dress, she said, and went out to me tomorrow and said, "I do not cross my father's ground to any house or town." And so she decided to be at home. Now, her brother Austin, with many of his interests, had also gone to law school, and he was married to Emily's friend Sue Gilbert. Now, the gossips in the town said that Austin had married beneath himself because Sue's father owned a tavern. Ooh, that was a big deal. But anyway, Austin and Sue, as a young married couple, had their own plans. They wanted to travel. They wanted to go out to the West. They wanted to stake their future out in the wilderness. They wanted to have their own life. But when they told Mr. Dickinson this, he said, well, let me see if I can change your mind. Austin, I will set you up in your own law practice right here. I will deed you a lot next to our home, and I will build you an Italian mansion-style home right next door. What do you think, Austin? Well, Austin and Sue decided that they would throw away their plans of moving out into the wilderness and stay right there. Now, this wilderness area that they were attempting to move to is known as Chicago.